So I got a question in, is when is your goal not realistic? Well, I always say if you're not scared of your goal or your dream, then you're not dreaming big enough. However, I do think there is some some things to consider when setting a goal. Other than they need to be well formed according to NLP process taught in NLP practitioner. What I would be sure of is that the first steps into achieving this goal, remember in the well-formed outcome process, the very last question was, what's the first step that you're going to do to achieve this goal? And that needs to be very well known, that needs to be very executable, and I would actually make sure that you know the first couple of steps and that they're doable. Because the thing is that once you've really started on your goal, not just dreaming about it and sitting on a chair dreaming that you really, really want it, if you're actually on your way to actually achieving the first steps and you have a better idea as to what the next steps are going to be, and they're in an appropriate little chunk sizes for you to achieve it, even though you don't have to have all the detail, you need to sort of be sure that you set yourself up for success on the very first 1 or 2 milestones, the very first tasks. Otherwise, it just goes away. The trick is with goals is to so that you're able to associate not just into the end goal and see, hear, and feel that, but you also are able to step into the milestone, to associate in every step and every milestone in the initial phases of the process without necessarily all knowing all details for later on. So that needs to be realistic and it needs to be doable, right? And it needs to be doable with hard work, yes, but it also needs to keep the ecology of your whole life in mind. Your life is more than just a career goal or a health goal or something like that. Your life involves family, friends, significant other, children, personal development, spirituality, your physical environment, your physical and mental health, your career, your finances, your fun and recreation, etc., etc. It's a whole life wheel that you're managing. And in that sense, that any goal that you set needs to be within the ecology of your whole life. It also needs to keep in mind that there are things like national holidays, or that you may have a bout of flu, or your child may have a bout of flu. All these things need to be sort of built in. The problem is when someone already starts to fail at the beginning of their goal, then the chances of that ever coming to fruition become much lower. It turns into procrastination and it turns into delay. So keep that in mind for yourself as well as others.